What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Industrialized. In this episode, we're going to be improving our base power, hopefully drastically, because basically this freaking thing over here is just sucking all the power I have out, and oh my god, that's loud. Turn off. Are you off? I think it's off. Oh, sounds turn way down. Weird. I think that should be 23%. Something like that. So yeah, this thing is using all the power that I have. I have my solar panels outside making a fair amount of power, but it's not really enough. I don't think I had this done last episode. I hooked up this other generator, and see how fast the power is going down? Actually, it's slowing down now because I think the machines are getting caught up upstairs. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and put in a big reactor. So I took, oh my god, scared the bejesus out of me. Wow, and there's a creeper down there too. You're serious? Really? Nothing else gonna sneak up on me? Don't do it. Wow. That was sketchy. Alright, so we need some more torches down here, obviously. So we're gonna use this little thingy here. And we're just gonna temporarily put some lighting down here. Because I do not want a creeper blowing up a big reactor. Eventually, well, this is going to be a reactor. This is where we're going to put our first reactor right here. So eventually I'll make this all pretty and fancy and put some more of these lights in. But for now, we're just going to torch it up completely ghetto and go with that until we get our reactor in. So let's go back up and start crafting our reactor. So we need a ton of stuff. I made recipes in the AutoCrafter for most of it, so, and I estimated what I'm gonna need. So I think I need, came out to 65 reactor casings. Now I don't know, what is the recipe for these anyway? I made a bunch of this stuff. I don't think I have enough graphite actually. I made a lot of it, but oh crap. The recipe for graphite is smelting charcoal. You can smelt charcoal, coal, or graphite dust. Obviously I'm smelting charcoal because I have like so much charcoal from trees, my tree farm. It's not even funny. So we're gonna load this chest up with some charcoal. If I can type charcoal. And we'll do that many. They should smelt into graphite. Okay. Let's go back and do our reactor casings. Reactor casing 65. We're going to make a 5x5 reactor. Okay, I got 68, which is fine. I'm going to put some of this crap away. Don't think I need this, need that. I'll keep this stuff because it's always nice to have a little bit of blocks in your inventory. Okay, next we need reactor glass. I came up with 36. Again, these were kind of estimates by a test reactor I built in a world. I just kind of manually counted them, so we'll see if this number is accurate. Let me go to build everything. After this is done, this will be pretty much the the last of the big items we have to build. So next we need the control rods. 5 of those. So obviously we're going to do a five control rod setup. I'm by no means an expert in this, so this is probably not the most efficient one to make, but in my testing, this is just what I came up with. And I don't have thermal expansion installed, so I can't make the advanced coolants. So we're going to use copper. I need 15 of these fuel rods. So the control rods go on the top of a fuel rod, and then these go, like, in my setup will be 3 of these under each one of the control rods. And then copper blocks. I need 15 of these. Actually, no, I need 12 of those. And access port. 2 of these. This lets you put the yellorium in and out. We're kind of just going to make the reactor for now and let it run. Then maybe next episode we'll automate a little bit. I need a reactor controller. Nope, 2 L's in controller. Just need 1 of these. And a power tap. I just need 1 of these. This is where you get the power out of the reactor. The reactor operates on redstone flux, the RF unit from thermal expansion. So, but it does convert to Minecraft joules, no problem. So, I want the redstone port. Is it a redstone port? Yeah. Let's do this. Encode this. I wasn't going to encode this one, but I may as well. Let me take a nap real quick after I do this. Redstone. Redstone. Why does it not show up? Oh, redstone port. I need 3 of these, I think. Yeah. This is actually... I think maybe what I'll do, I think I'm going to automate them slightly. I'll automate the reactor a little bit so it turns on and off in this episode if I have time. Otherwise, I'll do it next episode. And I kind of want to get into some computer craft to automate this a little better. So I think that's an... let's do some... need some capacitors. We'll do 4 for now. And then I need some Ender energy conduits. Do I even have a recipe for that? No. Conduit. Ender energy conduit. Code that. As you can see, my molecular assembler is getting a little out of hand, but well. So we need this stuff. It's vibrant alloy, which means we need a ton of energetic alloy. Alright, so we have some of that alloy crafting. It's going to take a while, so I think in the meantime, we're going to go down and start building the reactor. Hopefully there's no nasties down here going to try and kill us. Definitely could have spawned in here, but luckily nothing spawned here. My mouse keeps getting caught on my keyboard tray. So reactor casings are what we need first. Basically, you have to fill out the bottom. Let's see, is this 5 by 5? 3, 4, 5. Okay. I hope I made enough of these. I don't know if you have to. I think you can. Usually, you can use the glass in place of this stuff. So you could probably put glass in the center here. So let's see, that's 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like this. Then like this. And we have to put one here, one column. So this is the outline of the reactor. So now what we have to do is decide how we're going to fill everything out. So let's see. Need some glass. Don't think I need any more casings. So I was 15 to the good on casings. We're going to need these. Keep my watch so I know when it's getting dark. I don't like having mobs spawning outside. Alright. So we can put glass on this entire side. I hear a freaking zombie. And then on this side, we're going to use reactor redstone ports. And then glass up here. I'm going to have to cut in behind here. Let's see. Gonna have to get access to this. So that's the entire reactor. So we're gonna put some stuff on here to automate a little bit. And I need my torches back. Should need a shovel. I'll slap this here. And this here. Okay. So now we'll put these here. These here, and we'll put access port here. And then I think I'm going to put a battery bank like right in the middle here. So maybe I'll put the power tap on this side. Where's that at? Is that right there? Okay. So this is where the power exits your reactor. So you have to have a conduit or some sort of wire capable of transporting like Minecraft jewels or redstone flux, stuff like that. So put this here. I mean, you don't have to put your things in the center like I am. I mean, if I wanted to, I could put this access port like here, or basically anywhere on the side of this reactor. It doesn't have to be at eye level like this. So you can put them anywhere you want. The main thing is you have two of them, because you have to have one. You put the yellorium ingots in. So I set this one to inlet mode. Then you go over here and you click on this to set it to outlet mode. So stuff goes in the inlet and out the outlet. So basically yellorium ingots will go in here. It'll process inside the reactor, make power, and they get put in here as like, I can't remember what they're called, like cyanide blocks or something. I can't remember. They're like some sort of ingot. They're blue. These things here, cyanide ingot. And you can reprocess those back into yellorium. So now I have to put the fuel rods in, and I didn't bring down my copper, but that's all right. Get those in a minute. So basically, we'll go like this. Put 2, 3, and then this on the top. And I just basically repeat that all the way around. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I can finish off the top. Like that, and then you cap them off with these. So these you can name your control rods if you want, and then you just set the amount that they're inserted. So at 0% means they're full power. If you insert the fuel rod up to 100%, it turns off the power, like it kills the reaction. So now I have to go back upstairs and have to get my copper. So fuel rod being set to 100% means it's 100% inserted into the reactor, and the more it's inserted, the less power it makes. So you can either turn your reactor off with the on-off button, or you can insert your reactors 100% to turn off the reactor. And eventually what I want to do is have a computer that controls the reactor control rods. So maybe the more energy that's in the battery, the more the fuel rods will insert to slow the reaction until the battery's full. because the more you have the control rods inserted, the less fuel it burns. Kind of gets a little more efficient. Oh, I don't want that one. Okay. Normally, if you had thermal expansion, you would put liquid in here, like liquid redstone, for instance. But I don't have that mod, so I can't use that stuff. There you go. You can see it turn into a multi-block like that. So if I break this, multi-block turns off. Kind of just watch around this corner, you'll see it turn into a multi-block. And that's when you know your reactor's good. Just like that. And if your reactor's not complete, you can, sometimes if you click on this or you click a part of your reactor, it will give you a text message in your chat box saying what you're missing from your reactor. So it's kind of handy that way. Okay, so that's our reactor. That's done. All we have to do now is turn it on and it will start making power. As soon as we put some yellorium in here. I don't have any in my inventory just yet. I guess I could turn it on real quick. I got all kinds of it. So if we go in here, take half a stack and put it in there. It gobbles it up. You can see it goes into there. And the control rods just change color to saying that there's yellorium in there. And you just hit this button, activate reactor, and then it turns on. And then we have our fuel status. We have the casing heat, core heat, and then our energy buffer. It's all in RF, but when you output it, it will output in Minecraft Tools, so no biggie. I think I might have had to edit the config file to say which to use. I'm not sure. I can't remember. But we have, this is the temperature, which I think is the core temperature. This is how much it's outputting. So like 3,000 RF a tick. And then this is how many millibuckets of yellorium it's using per tick. And then this is the fuel reactivity. I'm not 100% sure what this means. How heavily the irradiated the core is, higher levels of radiation reduce fuel burnup. So I guess the higher this percentage, the more efficient it is. I don't know how you get this higher. I think depending on what materials you use in between your rods determines how your reaction goes. So for example, I could put diamond blocks in there and it would reduce the temperature just a little bit. Nothing real special. I just did some testing and I found all the materials that I have in my mod pack. There's not really anything that was significantly better than copper. So for bang for your buck, copper's pretty good. So now all we have to do is get our capacitors. I only made one. Why did I only make one? Must be out of something. All right. We have our conduit and we have our capacitors. And I think we're good to go. I made 6 instead of 4. So I added 2 to my original plan. And the only other thing we have to make now is we have to cook this up to make some red alloy. Don't have any other furnaces, do I? Therefore, I need to take this stuff out. Put this in here. Because I need to make these red alloy frame things. So I already took, I made a forged micro block, a saw, and I had to cut down some wood planks to make, let's see, framed red alloy wire. So I had to make these oak wood strips, so I just had to cut down some oak wood to get these strips. And I just have to make some of this, and this will be the wire that we use to automate everything. So I need this. I only need like 3 of these, so that's it. Creepy crawlers. All right. So our capacitor bank, we are going to, let's see. As usual, I'm probably not going to be overly complex with this for now. So basically, I think what I'll do is run this into the ground like this and into the capacitor bank over here. We're going to have 6, so we'll make them like that. Cover that up. And let's see. Run this down here like this. Across like this. We'll smack this with the wrench so that it only pulls power out, which it shouldn't be putting it in, but I like to do that anyway, just to make sure stuff's going in the correct direction. There we go, we're already getting power put in here because there's power in here from when I turned it on before. So now if we turn this on, we're almost up to full speed. And it's still going down, so that's good. That means this cable is enough to provide power into this battery bank. So now all we have to do is, let's see. I'm not going to use my fancy cable. I think I'm just going to use some regular power cable. Actually, you know what I should use? I should use some orange ones. I don't know if I can connect up there with orange ones. Let's try it. I only have 7 of them. It's not good. 7 going to be enough? Probably not. I want to go up here. Of course. I'm going to do this then. Break that. I'm going to pick this up. Where'd it go? Put this down here. Just so we can do this. Not gonna. Oh, that connected. Still going up. That's empty. All right. So we have this connected to our main base power. At least I believe that it is. I'm pretty sure these all connect together up there. I'll probably clean this up a little bit off camera, but the point of this is just to get the gist of everything so you know how it works. So now what we have to do is put this stuff on these 3 redstone ports. Okay, I have to shift right click them on there. Okay, so that basically connects these together. And what these do is they act differently on different inputs and outputs. So the first one, what we want to do, set it to output the energy amount, I guess. I think that just outputs a redstone signal when these conditions are met. So we want to output a redstone signal when we're 90% full. So we can commit that. And then this one, we toggle the power on and off. We toggle on a pulse. Now I can't take credit for this design. I found it on a Feed the Beast forum thread, which I'll post a link to it in the description if I remember. And we set this one to active while below, and I'll set this to 10%. So basically, let's see. So let's just turn the reactor off. What is that noise? Now, I think the problem that we have right now is that it doesn't really know if it's above or below the certain power threshold. So the problem that I have right now is that it turned off before it reached that point. Let me put this back down to like 3%. So basically, I think when you program these, you want to make sure that your reactor is in between those 2 points. Because now what's going to happen is it's going to at least full. Wow, that's already full. So we set this to 90%, right? This one here, 90%. So when this reactor gets 90% full, which is this battery here, it will put a redstone signal out. So it'll light up all these redstone conduits or alloy wire. And it's going to count this change as a pulse. So it will toggle this, which means it's going to toggle on pulse. It toggles it on and off. It doesn't turn it on necessarily if it's got a redstone signal. It just turns it on and off depending on if this changes state. So you want to make sure that when it changes state, when it gets full, it's going to turn the reactor off. And then when it gets back down, it's going to change state again. It'll turn the reactor on. It'll just bounce back and forth. Ideally, what we want to do is set the reactor control rods based on how full this battery is, but that's beyond the scope of this simple little redstone mechanism, and we're getting into ComputerCraft with that. So yeah, guys, I guess that's it for this episode. On the next episode, maybe we'll spend a couple more minutes automating this with ComputerCraft. I'll probably program all the stuff off camera if I get a chance, and then we'll do some other stuff in the next video. Anyway, guys, see you next time.